What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters, man. Let's get right off into this, man. Town business has ended. A weekend of nothing but battles going on from King of the Dot, man. I'm just gonna say, in my overall personal opinion, I had the event half and half. You know what I'm saying? Half of the battles I saw was good. Half of them wasn't. I mean, it is what it is. But closing out this event, Danny Myers versus Dizaster. The battle for who the best when it comes to the West. When you're looking at their overall accomplishments and what they did. Let me just say that, let me just say this. When this battle was first announced, it was announced as a one-rounder on another league. I didn't like that because you can't have Danny Myers and Dizaster battle for one round. Why would you mess up a battle like that? So, shouts out to King of the Dot and the other league that ever did this, that ended up making this a 3-round battle, because it would have done an injustice having them do this a one-rounder, man. And let me just tell you, man, when this battle was first announced as a 3-rounder afterwards from King of the Dot, I was like, yes, yes. And I'm really saying yes because this was in the air a lot. People have been talking about who the best from the West. Is it Danny Myers? Is it really Dizaster? Because it really come down to them two. I know y'all new age is feeling Geechee right now, Rum Nitty, you know what I'm saying? B dots. And that may be true for some time in the future. But for right now, them two definitely leading the rush. And it come down to them. Overall, we know Danny Myers can't even really compare to what Dizaster did overall with the monumental milestone battles he have done. But Danny put in a whole lot of work. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna say underground, like, that actually raises an argument for who's the best in the West. Now, Dizaster has a record and this stigma on him for not doing good against black battle rappers. He lose to a lot of black battle rappers. And one of the reasons why I believe that was because he's a racial battle rapper. He do racial bars. Like when he going up against other nationalities, he do racial bars. When he going up against Russians, Jews, Germans, other, nationalities, Hispanics, And when going up against black people, he can't really get away with it like that. So it takes away from his power. So he don't do too well against blacks because of that. So when this was announced that him and Danny Myers was going at it, and Danny been on fire, Danny been smoking. I'm talking about Danny been smoking. Him and Bankhead, him and Mac Myron, him and Quantum Physics. He been smoking lately, And I'm like, yeah, Dizaster going up against one of the best dudes to ever do it. When you saying pen game, he going up against one of the best to ever do it. This gonna be bad for Dizaster. I'm like, Danny gonna kill Dizaster like 3-zip. If Dizaster couldn't beat the other brothers he went up against, he definitely ain't finna beat Danny. And Danny been smoking as of lately. Well, Danny always been smoking. Forgive me with the as of lately. He always good. 3 solid, consistent rounds, nothing but fire. So it ain't as of lately. It's just period, because that's what he been doing. So when hold on, let me see something. So when my bad. So I'm like, Danny gonna beat Dizaster 3-zip. Dizaster ain't gonna have a chance, man. Would I be right in this prediction? Let's see. Let me just say this out the gate. This was a classic battle. Probably so far out of every battle, this is definitely battle of the year so far. This is definitely battle of the year so far. This is better than Danny and Mac Myron too. This is battle of the year so far. Danny and Dizaster is battle of the year easily so far. This is crazy. This was a crazy battle, man. Both them brothers put on all 3 rounds. All 3 rounds, no dry spots. Some dry spots here and there, but for what they did, crazy, man. So, um, so Danny Meyer started out first, and Danny Meyer go berserk like he do. Danny Meyer go berserk like he doing. Nothing different. What he been doing all year, he ain't changed. Crazy wordplay, crazy strategy, crazy breakdowns. I'm like, yeah, Dizaster dead. Dizaster dead. Can't beat this Danny Myers, man. This what Danny Myers do. This what Danny Myers do. This is why the twerks and rocks ducking this dude. This is why people don't want to get in with this dude. Because of this right here. And you know my point schedule. When you getting over 20 points, you cooking. I gave Danny Meyer 22 points in the first round. 22 points. Definitely cooking. Then Dizaster come in. After Danny Myers. He got a lot to keep up with. He got to make up a lot of ground with what Danny just did in that first round. And I'm like, yeah, Dizaster in for a long night. If Danny Myers did that, 22 points, that's going to be kind of hard. And Dizaster come right on. And he matched Danny Myers' intensity. I was like, okay, Dizaster. Okay, let's go then. Come on, let's go. Both these brothers wanted this battle. This is why this battle was so fire. They knew what it meant. They knew it was to see who people would say who the best is. And usually it comes down to them battling each other. Because until they battle each other, you can always have an Danny or Dizaster, Danny, Dizaster, Danny, Dizaster. But you really have leverage when you battle each other and somebody win. That's why this battle was so important. Not only to the community, but to them also. And they knew it. And that's how they came to this battle. They knew that it all comes down to this right here. You knew that in this battle. That's all they saying, all while they rapping. Danny barking, he can't mess with me. I do this. This what I do. He can't mess with me. Bars all day. This what I do. I'm the GOAT. I'm this and that. Danny Meyer come right on, did what he did. All 3 rounds. So did Dizaster. Dizaster come right behind Danny Myers. Matching Danny Myers' intensity. And you know this was going to be a high, impactful energy battle because both these dudes rap with conviction, passion, aggression. They're drilling and be pumping. Both these dudes, woo. And let me just say, it was a lot of touching, a lot of shoving, touching, and invading each other's space. I thought it was going to go left, but it actually was good sportsmanship, and they showed each other tremendous love. Dizaster come in behind Danny Myers in the first round. And let me tell you, Dizaster was cooking too. Like, no, you're not finna just beat me. I came here for real. My legacy is on the line. And if you want it, you gonna have to take it. That's how Dizaster was. And Danny Myers was rapping like, you the one that's standing my way from people giving me the crown of being the best in the West. I'm finna show you why you don't compare to me, and there's a difference between me and you. Dizaster wasn't willing to give it up, and Danny Myers wasn't going to stop till he took it. Dizaster, man, ended up pulling this round out. I gave Dizaster 25 points in the first round to Danny Myers 22 points. And maybe they had to do with Dizaster probably rapping a little bit longer, but still don't matter. Battle rap. 1-0. Danny Myers down. 1-0 going into the second. The second hit, and Danny Myers come out the gate with not one of them things, not two of them things, not three of them things, not four of them things. 5 right off the bat. 5 of those things. Bang, 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 bang. Off the top. 5. Crazy. And he counting them down as he going. Then he go off into, he like, this easy. This easy. You making this easy. Then he go into his round. Going to a second round. His second round was more dangerous than his first round. His second round was more dangerous than his first round. And let me tell you, I gave him 22 points in the first round. His second round, I gave him 28. 28 points in his second round. Crazy. Crazy. Dizaster just had a crazy first round. Would he be able to keep that momentum? Because sometimes he slack. He slack. You know what I'm saying? And Danny is getting stronger and stronger by the rounds. Dizaster had a sharp fire first round to let Danny Myers know I'm going to be here all night. Even in his first round, see, you got to stop doing this too, Dizaster. Stop bringing up that Mav Hoffa thing, man, because, again, I don't like when you do that, brother. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. It's starting to look bad, man. It's starting to look bad, and it's becoming real phony, man. Don't do that, man. You steady bringing it up, steady bragging about what you did, steady brag. You can't brag about that, fam. A man got jumped by you and 5, 6 other people. You can't brag off that. The only way you brag off that, fam, is if you was shooting a fair one, y'all did it heads up, one-on-one, then you can brag about that. Then you can talk about that. Other than that, you can't talk about that like that. So you should stop it. And then it's shameful for battle rap. It's shameful for the battle rap community because that bothered a lot of people, not only East, but also West, also South, because that was bogus and it was foul, fam. And it still got a stigma on, it still put a stigma on you to this day. So no, stop doing that, man. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Now, Danny just put up 28 points. 28 points. Making it more harder for Dizaster. Like, okay, can you top this round? This is the battle for the West. Who's going to be crowned the best of the West? This is how dudes is going to be solidified after this battle is over. They go to the second round. Danny Myers down by 1 already. One more round, this battle is basically over if Dizaster could pull this out. Danny Myers put up 28 points. Better than his first round, having a solid 22. Then Dizaster come on again. Crazy, because Dizaster's second round was also better than his first round. Dizaster's second round was even better than his first round. Dizaster put up another I gave Dizaster 10, 20, 30. I gave Dizaster 40 point, no, 39. 10, 20, 30. I gave Dizaster 39 points. 39 points in his second round. Wow. Dizaster putting up these numbers against Danny Myers, a fire Danny Myers. Anybody else would have been dead already. And here Dizaster is. Dizaster, who don't have a history of beating black people, but now going up against one of the best black dudes that ever do it, arguably, if not, and already up 2-0 in a fire battle, hella replay battle, and spazzing away. Wow. Salute to you, Dizaster. I was impressed. I'm going to keep it real, fam. I was impressed. First of all, I counted this wrong. I didn't think you were going to stand a chance. Not only did you rise to the occasion, you overly did what was expected of you, man. I thought you might could hang in there, and you definitely proved that. I thought you was gonna slack up. Nope, didn't even do it then. I'm sitting here like, this is crazy. This is the best Dizaster I ever seen. This dude going bananas. And that's what happens when you're going up against a person you respect. Somebody who you know is coming to kill you and he not going to play with you. It tends to bring the best out of you. And now I see why you were so confident in that face-off. Because when I saw that face-off, I was like, Dizaster, come on, man. You talking crazy. You finna die. Because you knew what you had. You knew what you were working with. I'd be impressed that not only do you brothers do what y'all do, but you actually remember it. You actually remember the bars. That's crazy. And it's very impressive. And I ain't gonna even lie. I can't hate on the brother. He did his thing. Danny Myers already down 2-0. But would Dizaster get a body? Can Dizaster get a body? And it's crazy. Dizaster said something that I wasn't even thinking about. He said, people forget. I body stuff. I got a lot of bodies. Then I got to thinking about it. I say, that's true. Dizaster do got a lot of bodies, and we don't even really talk about that. We don't even really talk about it because we keep him out of the equation. But when you see his record and everybody he be going against, he be killing them foreigners and white dudes and things like that. He may have a bad thing when he go against brothers, but he rarely go against brothers like that. So his resume mainly is mostly full of like whites and foreigners and things like that. But he be killing them. So I'm like, yeah, that is true. He do be bodying them. Going to the third round, it get personal. Danny Myers get to explaining how Dizaster's supposed to be his friend, but you booked me for two battles that I rap for you that I didn't even get paid for. You owe me money. You didn't even pay me. That's another story. I told you, you play yourself like that every time, Danny. But let me just say, excuse me. Let me just say this. Danny third round was better than his first and second round. Was better than his first and second round. I gave Danny Myers 29 points in his third round. 29. Can Dizaster get a body off Danny Myers? Nobody that I know has ever 3-0'd. Hold on, wait. I think I had DNA might have doing it. Danny Myers. I'm saying to myself, if Diz pull this off, this crazy. Let me tell you what Diz did this third round. This third round was classic. This third round by Dizaster was classic, so basically I'm already giving up what he did. He took Danny Myers' parallel universe. He broke that down so crazy. He broke Danny down so crazy. First, he broke down his West Coast thing where he said, y'all talking about this, some battle for the goats of the West Coast. He get to naming everything that was going on in the West Coast just about it, showing how Danny wasn't there. He irrelevant. This a disrespect. Why we even in the same conversation as this? He did most of this stuff trying to get the East Coast approval. I've been laying this down for the West. Danny looking stupid while Dizaster breaking him down. Then he go into his parallel universe where he talked about the fake parallel universe Danny be doing and crazy. Broke that down. Stupid crazy. Then he said, and since you live in that parallel universe, now let me show you what's in my parallel. Then he went into his. It was already enough breaking down Danny's. Then when he went into, let me show you what happened to you when you in mines. Man, that dude spazzed on Danny, man. He spazzed on Danny. Broke Danny down. Crazy. Listen, man, I'm going to applaud you right now on my show. I'm going to applaud you, man. Dizaster did his thing, man. Dizaster bodied Danny Myers. And this wasn't a bad Danny Myers. This was a fire Danny Myers. All three rounds. 22, 20, 22, 22, 28, 29. 22, 28, 29. I gave Dizaster 31 points in the third round against Danny Myers. 31 points. Dizaster did his thing. He beat Danny Myers all three rounds in the battle for who's the best of the West. And I must say, congratulations. You well deserving of it. Fire battle. Best battle of the year so far. Hella replay value. Both these guys put on all three rounds. Shouts out to King of the Dot for having a bona fide, solidified, certified, classic battle. Undeniable. No debate. This was a good battle. The best of the year so far. And this your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's some questions. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.